Another day, another blessing. About 2/3 of the book of Job is his conversation with Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar. And we've done videos analyzing their arguments, as well as Job's response to their worldviews. After Job and his 3 friends are done talking, a 5th guy jumps up, Elihu. Elihu has apparently been listening to their whole conversation, hoping to learn something. He's a younger guy, and he's not satisfied that any of these older speakers have taught him anything useful. Elihu is a bit on the prideful side, and he himself is not aware that God is the source of all wisdom. But instead of focusing on what he got wrong, I'd like to point out something he said that's very, very right. Elihu tells Job, if you sin, what do you accomplish against him? Or if your transgressions are multiplied, what do you do to him? If you are righteous, what do you give him? Or what does he receive from your hand? Your wickedness affects a man such as you, and your righteousness a son of man. Elihu is saying that no matter how much you sin or rebel against God, it won't affect him up there in heaven. That it will only affect yourself. That might sound obvious or silly, but many people think they can hurt God by refusing to obey him. Many people get mad at God and say, well, I'm not going to church this week, or I'm not going to give my tithe, or I'm not going to pray today. All of these things don't actually hurt God. If you say this, you're only hurting yourself. Refusing to go to church doesn't make God any less powerful, but it does make you less powerful. And if you don't tithe, you're denying yourself a blessing. If you don't pray, you're weakening your relationship with God. It won't make God weaker, but it will make you weaker. You'll be cutting off a source of wisdom in your life. And then, you'll have less power to navigate the struggles of life. God wants us to turn toward him in times of trouble. But many people get upset with God when things don't go the way they expected. And they want to distance themselves from him because they focus on what they lost instead of remembering what they have. No matter how tough life gets, no matter what goes wrong, there is always something to be thankful for. Don't try to attack God. It only destroys yourself. This has been Luke Taylor. Whatever you're doing today, look at it with an eternal perspective.